everybody, welcome to Signing with Lampra, L-A-M-P-R-A. So you can see what it looks like to sign to another person in ASL and sign language. So are you ready? Let's get started. Hey everybody, welcome to Signing with Lampra. My name is Lampra. Thank you for tuning in for Season 3 of Signing with Lampra. For those that are returning viewers, thank you so much for continuing watching the show and learning this beautiful language of sign language. For those of you that are new to Signing with Lampra, welcome and thank you for tuning in to this great season. So for this season, we're going to be learning on how to communicate with deaf individuals in various different environments and situations. So what we're going to be learning today is just basic conversations that you may encounter with a deaf or hard of hearing individual. But before we begin, we have to learn how to do finger spelling. So we got to learn our ABCs. For those of you that are like new to this, like what is finger spelling? What is the ABCs? So this is a way that you communicate in sign language, like your name, different restaurants, different food, etc., etc., etc. So you have to know how to finger spell because that's very important to sign language. So we're going to review the 26 letters in American Sign Language. So are you ready to begin? Okay, so let's get started. So before we get started, you have to know if this is new, if you're new to signing, that you are going to use your dominant hand to sign. So my dominant hand is my right hand because I am right-handed. If you're left-handed, you use your left hand. If you can kind of write with both hands, we'll just pick the one hand that you feel that's most comfortable with and you stick with that one. So you're going to see me doing all my signs with my right hand because I am right-hand dominant. So are you ready to start? Let's get started. So this is A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, and J. So let's review those letters right there. So A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J. So do you get that? Good job. So let's just keep going on. So this is K. It kind of looks like a K. If you can't figure out what I'm doing, I'm putting the number 2 and I'm putting my thumb in between my 2 fingers. That's K. L. L actually looks like an L. This is M. You can wrap your fingers around your thumb like you're giving your thumb a hug, or you could do a modified M, which looks like this. So you can do M like this, or you can do M like this. This is N. This is one version of doing N. Like you give your 2 fingers, give your thumb a hug. Or you could do N like this. O. O is like a little circle. And P is just an upside down K. P, Q, R, S, T, U, and then V. You want to spread them out. So let's start all the way back from the top again. So this is A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S. This is T. So T is that you take your thumb in between your index finger and your middle finger like this. This is T. This is U, V, W, X. X is, I like to say, like a little hook. Y, and Z. So let's do all those 26 letters again. So are you ready? So A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M or M, N or N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, oh, sorry, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. So good job. So now what we're going to practice now, and that you're going to notice in every single episode that we're going to do, we're going to practice our finger spelling. And once again, if this is your first time tuning in to the show and you're wondering what finger spelling is, and what's this finger spelling quiz I'm going to be giving out, it's basically I'm going to be finger spelling 5 words, and you're going to tell me what I'm finger spelling. So it's like a little quiz that I'm going to give you guys. So I'm going to finger spell it 3 times, and I want you yell out from the TV or from your computer or your tablet and tell me what I'm finger spelling. Okay? So you guys ready to start? So this is number 1. So what did I finger spell? If you said off, that is correct. So let's go with number 2. So what did I finger spell? If you said snow, that is very good. So you got 2 out of 2. So let's do with number 3. If you said work, that is correct. So let's do with number 4. If you said fast, that is correct. So this is the last one. This is number 5. If you said the answer was sit, that is correct. So did you get a 5 out of 5? Did you get a 100? That's good. So good job. So basically what I was saying before in the beginning, that this whole season we're going to be talking about how do you interact with the deaf community. For those that have been tuning in for the past 2 seasons, you guys have so much signs underneath your belt. You guys understand how to use classifiers, how to put synthesis together, how to use ASL structure. But how do you take that information that you guys have learned in the last 2 seasons and apply it in everyday life applications? And that is what this whole entire season is going to be about. It's about how to apply what you learned in the past 2 seasons to everyday life. So before we begin, we got to cover over some ground rules where I have to tell you guys about how to interact with the deaf community. You probably think that, oh, I already got this. I already know how to interact with them. I got this, Lampra. And some of you guys are like, I have no idea. What do I do? How do I know if they're deaf? I don't know that much sign language. I'm going to freak out, and there's no really real reason to freak out. So my advice to you, if you encounter a deaf individual, whether they're deaf or hard of hearing, once again, they are just like you and me. They are normal people. Only difference is that they cannot hear or they cannot hear as well. So that is the only difference between a deaf individual is from a hearing person. They just can't hear. That is the only difference. And the second thing I would tell you to do is that you need to ask a deaf individual or a hard of hearing individual what their preference of communication is. There's some deaf that they're okay with signing with you, and you can sign with them and have a conversation. There are some deaf that like to text on the phone, and they want to show you their order, or they want to communicate with you through text messaging. Some of them carry around a pad of paper, and they'll pull it out and they'll start writing. So you have to ask them what is their preference of communication, because some may be okay with signing with you, and then others may not be. So that is the first thing that you should do, is that would you like to have a piece of paper, or do you want me to sign with you or not? Just by automatically giving a deaf individual a piece of paper, it's kind of considered rude, because maybe they don't want to write things down. Maybe they do want to just sign with you. So always ask. Another thing that is very important is eye contact. Eye contact is so important. to ASL and just any type of conversation you have with any individual. So once again, in the hearing world, we're so used to being on our phone just texting and be able to talk to a person without even giving them proper eye contact. You can't do that with a deaf individual or a hard hearing individual. You have to look them dead in the eye and make good eye contact. Not like do like a death stare on them, because that's like really awkward. But just comfortable eye contact is what is really important to communicating with any person that's involved in the deaf community. Another thing is, if you choose to speak, or if you don't know much sign, covering your mouth like this, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work because they can't read your lips. If a deaf individual know how to lip read, they won't be able to read your lips. And also you'd be losing eye contact. Talking really fast, it's not gonna help either. If a deaf individual is trying to read your lips, and I know that there's some individuals that do talk extremely fast, but you're gonna have to kind of slow that down if a deaf individual is trying to read your lips. And you're probably wondering, like, how do I know if I'm encountering someone that's deaf or hard of hearing? Well, usually that person will tell you, majority of the time, they will let you know, like, hey, I'm deaf or I'm hard of hearing, or they would just walk up, and if you guys are having a conversation, they will let you know, like, can you repeat that again? I'm hard of hearing. So that's how you will know, because that individual will let you know that they are hard of hearing or they are deaf. So that is one way of knowing. Another way is, I don't really bet this a lot because I use sign language, and so if you see someone signing, that is a small % chance that person may be deaf or hard of hearing. Or they could just be like me, that I'm with another person that is hearing or that's deaf, and I'm just signing with them. So those are things that you guys should do and take advice to go forward on when it talk about trying to interact with the deaf community. So I want to teach you guys some basic conversations and some basic greetings for what to use if you encounter a deaf individual. So here's one. We have the sign for hello. So this is the formal way of saying hello. It kind of looks like you're saluting. So you take like the letter B, a modified B, and you go to your head and you're saluting like this. Hello. And the informal way is what we all know is hello. So you do formal or you do informal. Another greeting is good. So it's good morning. Good morning. Or you may see some individuals not even use this other hand to support it and just go like this for good morning. Then for good afternoon, it's good afternoon. Good afternoon. And then for good evening or good night, it means the exact same sign. So good evening. Good evening. So let's review those. You have the formal way of saying hello. You have the informal way of saying hello. You have good morning. You have good afternoon. And you have good evening or good night. Another greeting is what's up. If you see someone that's a young person, you take your middle fingers like this and go, what's up? What's up? And another greeting you could use is, how are you? How are you? So let's just take a couple minutes break, and we'll be right back to teach you some more basic conversations with Signing with Lampra. I'll see you guys soon. Bye. Everybody, welcome back to Signing with Lampra. So before we took a short little break, we were talking about basic conversations that you can have with individuals that are deaf or hard of hearing. So let's review over that before we continue on with some more great conversation. So if you guys remember, we learned the way of saying hello, informal and the formal way. So This is the formal way. It's like saluting someone. Hello. And the informal way is hello. Then we learn good morning. So we learn good morning. So once again, that's good morning. We learn good afternoon. So it's you put your hand, your left hand, if you're right hand dominant, your left hand like this, your right hand, afternoon. Afternoon. So good afternoon. And good night and good evening is good night or evening. So good evening or good night. And we learn the sign for what's up. You take your middle finger, both middle fingers, you go on your chest and you go in an arc like that. What's up? What's up? And this I will only use for people that are younger than you. I would not say what's up to someone that is an adult. For teenagers and for young children, I can see doing what's up. Do not do this for someone that is an adult or your elder, because that's usually a sign of disrespect. So for how are you, it's you cup your hands like this, you bring it around, and you point to whoever the individual you're talking to. So this is how are you? How are you? And some of the most common responses that people normally give to how are you is they would sign good. So they would sign good. And then some may sign it right back to you like, well, how are you? And you could sign that good, good. Some people, maybe they're feeling lousy that day. Maybe they want to say that, hey, I'm feeling bad. So you can say, how are you? And they were like, oh, bad, bad. So this is good. And the opposite is bad. I like to think of bad like you're spanking or you're hitting something really bad, so that's bad. Some people may say that they're fine. So you take your 5 fingers right here, you take your whole hand, and you go to your chest like this, like fine, fine. And there's some that may say that they're okay. So they may sign okay, or they may sign okay-ay. Usually I see a lot of people just sign okay. And some people may say, I'm not good, but I'm not bad. I'm like somewhere in that middle. I'm like so-so. And so they do this for so-so. So once again, you have how are you? You have good. You have fine. You have okay. You have bad. And you have so-so. So for those that are like working in certain establishments, whether you're working at a library or you're working at a restaurant or you're working at a church or wherever you're working at, if you see a deaf individual or a hard hearing individual come in and you need to assist them, you're probably wondering like, how do I say, how can I help them? Like, how can I help you? And the way you can sign that is 2 different ways. So I'm going to teach you 2 different ways you can sign it. I'm going to first show you the easy way, because I think the easy way is always the better way, because it makes our life simple. So you're going to take your left hand like this, and you're going to put your thumb up like this, and you're going to put it at the top of the palm of your hand, your left hand, and you're going to extend your hand out like this. That means, how can I help you? And there's something that I need to teach you guys for those that are new to signing. Whenever you're asking a question, you're going to bring your eyebrows downward like this, like you're puzzled, or what we call it furrowing of the eyebrows. So you're going to bring your eyebrows inward like this while you're asking the question. Once again, you don't have to over dramatize this, looking like you're like vicious or mad or just have a scarling face. It's just a simple, how are you? Or like, how can I help you? How can I help you? So another way, if that seems too easy for you or you want a little bit of a challenge, you can actually sign, how can I help you out? So you can say, how can I help you? I think that's a little bit too long. And for me, that's a little bit too English. But you can sign like that. Or I just like the really simple way of just saying, how can I help you? How can I help you? And for some of you guys are like hostess or servers at like a restaurant or at a movie theater or something like that where you have to sit people or greet people. So every time that I walk into a restaurant, I always get told like, welcome to Applebee's or welcome to Minchie's or something like that. So the sign for welcome is this. Welcome. So you're going to take your dominant hand and you're going to bring it outward and then inward to your body. Welcome. Welcome. So we have, how can I help you? And welcome. welcome. And usually I notice with those that are being a hostess or that the front receptionist or something like that, they always tell me when I come in, like, welcome, nice to meet you, or nice to see you. So the way you can say nice to meet you is you take your non-dominant hand, which is in my case, is my left hand. You're going to take your dominant hand and you're going to slide it across like this. So this is nice. This is to meet you. So nice to meet you. So usually in the deaf community, nice to meet you is used for either a greeting or a farewell. So you could use it either way that you would like to use it if you feel comfortable. So nice to meet you. Another way of saying, if you want to say nice to see you, you still do nice. And you're going to take two fingers like you're doing a peace sign. You're going to go to your eyes and you're going like that. So nice to see you. So nice to see you. That's one way of saying it. Also, another basic conversation that you can always bring up is, what's your name? Even though I know a lot of organizations have, like, people wear these little name tags and everyone can see your name, but just finger spelling your name and introducing yourself is also a great way as well. And so you're probably wondering, how do I say my name is? So the way you say that is my name is, and then you finger spell your name, which is why we learned the ABCs a little bit in the beginning of the episode. So my name is Lamprra. And if you may see some people that may add like an extra sign at the end of their name, so that's just what we call a sign name in the deaf community. My sign name is this. One of my deaf friends in Tampa gave it to me because he said I'm a really nice person. So he exchanged the sign for nice with the letter L for my name and made it like that. So you can say, my name is Lamprra, like that. If you don't have a sign name, that's perfectly fine. You don't need one at this point. So you can just finger spell your name, like my name is, and you just finger spell. If you want to ask what their name is, just to make a conversation, there is different ways that you can ask them what their name is. And I'm going to teach you 4 different ways that you can ask that. And you pick which one you want. So you can say your name, and once again, if you notice, my eyebrows went down, or that furring of the eyebrows. So you go, your name, and that's all meaning, what is your name? Or you can sign you name. That's also mean what you name. Or you can actually sign what's your name. What your name. Or you can sign what you name. So those are 4 different ways that you can sign what's your name. So I'm going to show you again. So watch again. So you can do your name, or you can sign you name, or you can go what your name, or you can sign what you name. So those are the 4 different ways that you can ask someone their name. And it's up to you if you want to ask them their name. Maybe where you're at work or the environment you're in, you don't have time to do that. But this is just something in your toolbox that you can just like pull out. Something else that you can do is, if you're signing to someone and they get really excited and they start signing really fast to you and you're like, oh dear, I have no idea what they're saying. They're going really, really fast. How do I tell them to slow down? Well, I'm about to show you that. So I'm going to teach you 3 different words or 3 different signs that you can tell someone either to slow down, repeat it again, or just again. So this means slow down. Slow down. So once again, it's my non-dominant arm, and I'm using my dominant hand to go up my arm or up my sleeve. Slow down. Slow down. The sign for again, and also the sign for repeat, is like this. So I take my non-dominant hand, and I take my dominant hand, and I'm making like an arc into the middle of my palm. Again. Again. Again or repeat. So we have slow down, again or repeat. And if you want to be more fancy, you can go sign again, sign again. So another thing I noticed that when people are like, you're Xing something or you're about to leave from somewhere, from a restaurant or any type of environment, there's also some farewells. So here's some farewells that you guys could use. It's a sign for goodbye. So this is goodbye. You notice that a lot of babies do this when they're trying to learn how to use their motor skills. Goodbye. Or you can sign see you later. So it's the same sign that we learned before, see you. You take the letter L to the side of your head and go later. Or you may see some people sign later like that. So you can do see you later or see you later. Both are both acceptable. And also if you're going to see that person soon, which I don't know, maybe you guys hope to see them soon. And so that's why you're saying see you soon. So you go see you. You want to take the letter F, put it underneath your lip and go like this. Soon. See you soon. So once again, we have goodbye, see you later, or see you later, or see you soon. See you soon. If you want to say farewell to someone by telling them have a nice day, I'm going to teach you 2 different ways of that you can sign it, and it's just up to you how you want to sign it. So you can say nice day, or you can say have nice day. Have nice day. So let's review that. This is goodbye, see you later, see you soon, and nice day or have a nice day. So I hope that you guys really enjoyed this segment about learning basic conversation to interact with deaf individuals. And if you guys have any questions or any comments you guys have, you guys can always email me at lampra.jones@gmail.com. If you guys have any questions or any advice or anything you just want to say, just say hi to me. So I see you guys next time, and happy signing. Bye-bye.